Yeah, yeah.
We are live. We are live. Assalamu alaikum, guys. We are live. Oh, looking so forward to this. We've just got started in this, live streaming.
Yeah, my guest was teaching me something.
Yeah, this live streaming journey. But we're doing some things. Look at you. Look at you. Got us all
Talk to him. Talk to
got
him.
the lighting on.
Who did that? Who did that?
And everything. So yeah, I think we got this down.
I guess you done learned something today too, huh?
Okay. All right. So assalamu alaikum for everybody that's joining us. You guys will be able to live chat. We turned the live chat on this time. You guys couldn't live chat with us with Imam Siraj last week, but you can live chat.
As long as you don't live chat nothing crazy.
We're going to be taking your questions. We're going to be taking your comments and all of that type of stuff because we are here to help. So for people who don't know us, have never heard of us before, I don't know how, where you been? Okay.
Everybody don't know you. What kind of stuff going on around here?
It's like, ain't nobody coming to see me, Otis. Somebody coming.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
To see me, okay?
You said it, not me.
We are Rufus and Jenny AAA husband and wife team. We have been married 30
Pass the baton,
1 years, and we are co-authors of the best-selling book. The best-selling book, Surviving
Look at that.
Marriage.
You can't mess with that video, girl. Look at that.
21st century.
Talk to me.
Yeah, 13 easy tips that can help you get to 20.
Hey, I'm learning. My son went to school for this stuff. I had to learn on my own.
And we do a lot of marriage talks domestically and internationally. We around the world. We international. Okay, and that type of stuff. But we
internationally now.
Stop rocking the table.
Oh, I don't know who that was.
Stop rocking the table.
My fault.
Stop rocking the table. Okay. And we also do business, talk about business in all kinds of ways and business tips. And we help people out because we want to see everyone win. And that is our show today, that we are actually going to be talking with another couple that are couplepreneurs. Okay. You see how I did that there? Okay. Couplepreneurs, and they have established this melanin brand, and we have a lot to talk about, so we're going to
they help a lot of people too up in here.
We're going to help bring them right in. They are Rashid and Intisar of the brand Browndages.
Okay.
Hey, guys.
How are you?
Oh, alhamdulillah, we can't complain. So good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, wonderful. Lovely. We have a lot to talk about. But before we get into all of the gems and the stuff in regards to business and everything, we want to know, how has COVID, this has been almost like a whole year that we've been in COVID. So how's COVID been treating?
Oh, it's been jacked up. I've been Really? I thought you was asking me a question. I was trying to answer it honestly.
So how has COVID been treating you, your life, your marriage, and your business?
Well, COVID was a big adjustment. We have 3 school-age children. And so we had to adjust really fast at the mid-March last year to homeschooling. Like, teaching is neither of our calling. So it was very interesting to be thrown into that arena of having to full-time teach. Last year, it was my 4th and 5th grade daughters. This year, my son was added to the mix in kindergarten. So it's been definitely an adjustment period, a lesson in patience, and a lesson in just grace for each other. I was super stressed out last year. I think taking a chill pill this year. I don't know. You probably ask my kids, they probably say differently. So that has been one of the biggest adjusting things for us during COVID. I've been working from home since March. My husband, he still is an essential worker, so he has to go in every day. So that's been interesting.
Better just say it sucked. I think he was talking about homeschooling or something.
Yeah, homeschooling.
Yeah, it does. It was not like your. We didn't go into this willingly. You know what I mean? It was never our goal to homeschool. Like we shipped them off.
Oh, y'all was kicking and screaming. Ah!
Look, it was interesting. Like last year, the principal of the school had to give me a call and tell me, like, calm down. It's not that deep. Like everybody is like adjusting to this. Like she just realized that I was like on one with my kids. Like, no, every day you have to do all your assignments. You got to turn me in. And she was like, take a deep breath. You know, like this is new for all of us. Like not just for me, but for the kids as well. And like it was an adjustment period. So that helped me take a deep breath, you know, take a little bring it down a couple notches, I would say.
So the myth of that all Muslims love to homeschool their kids or homeschooling is great is not true.
No.
Now with this family.
Now with this family.
Our kids do enjoy it. They like it.
Yeah, they like it. Mama and daughter, not so much. Yeah. It was.
They get to get a good lunch.
And dinner and snacks. Like, that's all they do is eat. Like, oh my goodness.
We definitely understand that. Definitely understand it. Okay. All right. For those that don't know, you guys created this awesome melanin brand, like awesome brand, Browndages. Okay. So tell us about the idea behind it. And the bigger question.
Boy, I've been using them jokers.
The bigger question is for Black people, and trust me, I ask questions that people don't normally ask. I ask questions because I'm just curious, okay? But also for Black businesses is that where did you get the money? You know, all Black people have no. I just want them to be real about it, you know, because
you're not the first person to ask, and I'm sure you won't be the last.
Yeah, they just want to know. You know,
like with his job, like we both have 9-to-5 jobs and we're still working. Like this is side hustle, future like legacy. We're trying to like lay the groundwork right now. So, but we do both work 9-to-5. So he was able to take a I don't even know what you would like, kind of like a loan out of his
I borrowed some money from my 401k.
Yeah.
But we've been fortunate. Like I know I'm blessed. He's extremely frugal, so we've always been able to save. That's not a problem.
What is frugal?
You just called her cheap, okay?
No, she is the frugal one of the two. Like I'm from Detroit, so I'm a little bit more flashy. I can be a little flashy.
Oh, okay.
What up, though? Thank you. Yeah. But we've always been able to save. Like we do a good job saving. We've been fortunate with the way that our lives have kind of transpired that, you know, we do a good job. And fortunately, like I also had 401k stuff that I could pull from. So we were blessed in that regard.
Okay. Because, you know, a lot of times when businesses get to a certain point and they go on Shark Tank, sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. People always ask because they know as African-American, as Black people descending from a lack of generational wealth that, you know, people want to know, well, where you get the money? You know, we see all these other people and these companies on there talking about, well, I put in, you know, $250,000 of my own money. And I'm always looking at my husband like, where did he get that money? You know, where did he get the money? The most we've heard is like, you know, Master P's grandfather or whatever left him like $10,000 and he, you know, he split it, flipped it, you know, smack it up, flip it, rub it down, you know, all that type of stuff. He you know what I'm saying? He was able to turnkey it into something profitable.
I turned $500 into something profitable.
There you go. That's part of like I've always had this like a merchant hustler type mentality. Like even back in college, I would go to New York, buy stuff, come back to Detroit, sell it. So I mean, we've always been. And her father actually has a store.
Yeah, I come from a family of entrepreneurs. So like I saw that all my life growing up. It was always a desire of mine to own a business. I didn't know in what field. So, you know, we just always been talking about, oh, what can we do with this? What can we do with that? This idea, that idea. Even to this day, we still throw ideas back and forth. And so, alhamdulillah, like Browndages has been doing well. We've been open for 2 years. Yeah, it was 2 years this month, actually, since we launched. So we just, you know, trucking along.
And we try to live below our means.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Oh, see, now that's what people don't understand. Like when you invest into a business, and it is an investment. Okay, it's not just something that's fly by night, because you're investing for the long haul. You're investing for, the 20 years, because there's a lot of people that just, pop up stuff. Pop up.
What kind of pop up?
Yeah, like people popping up these days. They just popping up, to try to make a buck or whatever. And back in the day, it would, the hustle still continues. Now, you can't knock the hustle because, people got to eat. But when you're talking about actual generational wealth, it can't be just a hustle, a side hustle.
Well, I'm glad we started thinking about generational health.
It has to be an investment.
Well,
so what has been your biggest success, with your brand, and what has been your biggest challenges?
I would say our biggest success is just how well we've been. And like how great the supporters are, and with sharing our brand and our concept with like their family and friends, their networks online. Like in the short time that we've been in business, like I would say we've gone like viral a few times. So it's just that support that we've been getting from, the public to, push our brand forward and push us forward with our business. What do you think our greatest challenge has probably been with those, viral moments? Like we've sold out before, you know what I mean? And so it was a challenge for us to be at like such a high peak and not have any more product. And then the thing that a lot of people don't know, it takes time to restock. Like it's not let me go downstairs in the basement and like put some bandage, make some bandages. No, like there's a whole process. Literally takes 3 to 4 months, to re-up. And so
100. We know that because
we ran out of card games.
Exactly. And when you have a manufacturer supplier, and COVID was like the biggest.
And then COVID,
as far as that was concerned, and our U.S. manufacturer could not keep up with the demand because they were shut down because of COVID. So, but just because it was COVID does not mean people stopped buying. People did not stop purchasing, your items. It's just they couldn't meet. So we had to go outside. We tried to be as U.S. as possible, but sometimes, that can shutter your business. It can stagnate your business. Now, we met you guys a few years ago. You got that picture? Can you post it? Okay. I was going to have him post some stuff. We met you. I'm going to keep talking. We met you guys a few years ago. And it was when you first launched.
Yes.
It was when you first launched. Yeah, that's the picture from the poster. Yep. And
it's all blurry. Who took this picture?
Stop it.
I wonder whose thumb that is.
What? Really?
That's a pretty blurry picture there.
No thumb. Okay, no, it's just blurry because it's pulled up. Now
look at that. My eyes all closed.
Now, whose fault is that?
What kind of pictures is taking?
What? Whose fault is that? Okay, you can't even keep your eyes open long enough.
And then who?
Okay, all right. So we met you guys at this event, and that was when you first launched. And going to events is like, as for people who don't know, that was at the We Buy Black convention. If you haven't heard of We Buy Black,
I was just trying to buy something black. I didn't care what it was. Could have been a black suitcase.
And we support Black businesses, so we try to support as many people as possible. Okay, so like I said, we're not just interviewers, guys. We are customers.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, we are.
I had one on the other day.
We are customers.
Hey, those things work pretty good too.
We are customers. Let y'all know this is melanin. Okay, this is
It depends on they got the right color and everything.
Yeah, melanin in that. He like a little kid with it. That's why we ain't got that many left.
You need to go get my color.
Yeah. Say it again.
Those are our favorite buyers. The ones who just put them on when use them up. We got plenty for you now.
No.
He needs right now, so we ready.
He needs them. That's why he's.
I don't cut myself.
He needs them.
I was just happy to have a black bandaid because the black bandaid was stuck on me.
Yeah, y'all remember that back in the day, right? I am stuck on bandaid. Bandaid stuck on me. So y'all got a jingle? Y'all got a black jingle?
I am stuck on black bandaid and black bandaid stuck on me.
But that's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
We do have a commercial. We had a commercial that came out recently.
Okay, but
see, black people don't do it like that though.
Is it a jingle? It's got a beatbox.
I got a black Band-Aid on. I got a black Band-Aid on me. I got a black Band-Aid on.
We're taking it back. You know, we got to do something. We got to blackify. You know, we got to blackify the jingle.
What kind of black stuff going on up in here?
I'm just saying. See, you done got me all off for what I was doing.
Well, get off your blackness then, please.
We ain't never going to get off of that. Okay. All right. So going to events is, you know, over time, we've seen you guys been straight hustling, like event, right? So, and we know that in order to launch and to get the word out to the people, that's something that you have to do. You got to get out to people, because no matter how much you post on social media, a lot of people still will never hear about you. You know, no matter how many times you go viral, somebody's still not going to know.
Oh, they're going to hear about these black Band-Aids.
Yeah. So you got to get out to the people. So has there ever been a time, you know, when it's been like, man, we didn't got it over our head, you know, who gonna take care of these
Have
kids?
you ever looked at it and said, what in the world am I doing?
Yeah, or it's like, later for this. You know, I ain't got time. I'm just gonna work my job and we're gonna see how that go.
No, we've never done to, like, literally, like, it's fun. It's like we're still enjoying it.
And again, we both work 9 to 5, so I much prefer to do Browndages stuff than I do to go to my own time. So when we do get a lot of orders, like this past weekend, we had quite a few orders. Stuff like that is fun to me, because it's like, okay, I'm doing this for my own company, my own business. This is going to go, you know, generational wealth to my kids and things like that. So that excites me a lot more than me going to my 9 to 5.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it also, like, it's setting the stage for our kids. Like, they see us up early in the morning or late at night, like doing what it has to be done to, you know, further our business. So I think these kind of moments, like, even if we're tired, you know what I mean? Like, I think in the long run, it's going to pay off, because it's showing our kids, like, the hard work that you have to put into, like, whatever it is that you want to do. Like, whether they want to go into entrepreneurship or not, like, they see that we are working, you know, daily for hours, when they might just be like, well, mom, dad, like, can we just watch TV? And I'm like, well, we got these orders to do. So y'all can either come and help, or, you know what I mean, go on about your business. But yeah, I think it's a lesson that they're seeing us doing this daily.
Go ride your bike, do something else.
So is it that you're teaching them that is something, a way they make money? Like, do they get paid from it? Because we, you know, our children.
That's what I'm about to say. That when we taught our kids.
Our children work when they were smaller, and they appreciated.
My kid didn't even want to go to a job. They said, I'm gonna create my own job.
They appreciated the paycheck. The paycheck. So even though it's like work, and they can't maybe go watch cartoons or go play or something like that or whatever, how are you teaching them that this is something for them, and this is a way for them to make money, and they can always have money if they work for themselves?
Well, they're 10, 8, and 5, so they don't really garner enough work to get a paycheck just yet. Look,
I can't give them something. Like, when we were at our peak, when we had a lot of orders, when we're talking about challenges, that was probably one of our more challenging times, because we were getting more orders than the two of us could do. So we actually had to call people in, and we put our kids to work. The 8 and the 10-year-old, we put them to work, call family members and things like that, and then we did pay them. But
put them to work like my daddy did. My daddy used to be like, you ate dinner, didn't you?
Yeah, we got some.
But as far as the kids and stuff, we do, like, one of our goals is to buy a pool, and they know that. So the more orders we get, the closer we get to that goal of buying a pool, which they will. You know, they remind us every single day that daily. You know, so they do understand that
hard work is gonna, like, they have a goal in mind. So they might not be getting, $5, $10, $15, $20 here and there for the different work that they do, but they know that, like, all of this time that they're putting in is going to pay off, because their goal is to get a swimming pool in their house. So it's like, it's not the small things. And I don't know if it's just our kids, but they have very, very lofty goals and ideas of how our money works. And so that's why they're working. You know what I mean?
They don't know it's going to be a $100 pool from Walmart.
Right.
Well, see, kids always think that,
kids do the darndest things
on trees.
Look, if I pray that the way my daughter thinks that our money is set up, I pray Allah blesses us with that. Because if it does, like, we can be set. Because this girl really, the 10-year-old, she thinks we are just. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure she's listening right now. She's super nosy.
We know because our children thought the same way.
Well, oh wow, what that's feedback?
That's your mic.
I know, I hear that one too.
Yeah, that's your mic. But anyway, yeah, our children thought the same way. But this is a great setup for the next question, because you guys have like 74,000 IG followers and like 32,000 Facebook followers, and folks just by those numbers alone would think that you're balling. They think that that's success, right? Because people follow the numbers. Oh, they balling. This is what you have going on. But we know. What do we know? I don't know nothing. We know different, because we know a lot of stories and different things like that. And we know that that's not necessarily the case. So how do you overcome that assumption? Because people, and I'm just going to keep it real, because that's how we do. People won't. A lot of people won't support you if they think that you already, like, they don't need me. They don't need, they don't need my support.
They need to give me some money.
That's the common man, because people will go and support these celebrities. Either way, they don't need support. Beyonce don't need our support, but people support them anyway. You know what I'm saying? But with the common man, a lot of people won't. For whatever reason, I don't know. I ain't studied that yet, and maybe that ain't for me to understand.
The crab in the barrel still exists.
Yeah, I don't understand. Won't support you because they doing all right. So how do you overcome that assumption?
I don't know. Like, to be completely honest, I would say, like, our friends and our family, like, they're super supportive. Like, we haven't necessarily.
75,000.
Oh, you mean those 75,000? Look, I don't care. I don't.
We need you. We 100% need you. When it comes to, we're definitely not balling.
We're not balling.
If you've ever hustled before, you know that a lot of times the money that you do make, you have to put back in.
Put it right back.
So back in June, when we sold out, which was great, a nice portion of that money went back to
over 50% of the money that we made from going out of stock went right back into the business.
Inventory. I mean, because you have to carry, when you have a product, you're not a service. It's not like you're coaching or, seeing people or teaching a course or something like that. You actually have to have physical inventory. So in order to have that, you have to have a cash flow.
Well, I could become a professor.
Yeah, in order to, put back, the money's back into that. And I don't think people understand that, because no matter how much you sell, and I went to you guys' website right before we did this, and certain things are sold out. So in order to restock that, you have to have investment monies, and a lot of times when you
or you're going to miss out on some money.
Yeah, right. And I'm teaching people right now, because a lot of times that you go to these manufacturers, it's not like, can you just give me 2 of those?
Right. The minimum order quantity is oftentimes insane.
It is.
So you have to buy a certain amount. So that's what we're trying to do. But all our followers, we need you.
Yeah.
And we also we're trying our best to make sure that we continue to expand our brand and some of the stuff that we need. So we want to sell things that people actually need. Our goal is to one day, I guess, be the company that melanated individuals look to whenever they need a first aid. Anything first aid. So we got first aid kits now. We have a healing balm. We have our Browndages. We try to continue to, expand the business things that they actually want, that way that they will buy.
Getting my first aid on.
Well, they're sold out. They're sold out. So
hopefully they'll be back They said December 10th, but I know a lot of times we may say something, COVID may mess it up. So
COVID gonna mess it up every time.
Inshallah, God willing, we'll have them back in a couple
December
weeks.
10th,
And that's our full inventory. So what we did with what we just had, we had them air us over a few of them, or a box or two, just so we could get it out there. But our full inventory should be in.
I always put out a disclaimer.
Okay.
If COVID allows this to happen, and by Allah's grace, this may happen. But I gotta throw COVID in there somewhere.
Definitely.
Okay. So let's for the people who are watching and who actually want to start a brand. And this always amazes me because I talk to people all the time. They don't know where to start. They don't know where. Now, mind you,
put one foot in front of the other.
Mind you, like I said, we had a U.S. manufacturer, and they were able to meet our supply and our demands and needs and everything until COVID, which means that we had to take our manufacturing overseas. And that's, you guys don't know, that's with our card game. We had to get our card game.
U.S. couldn't produce them jokers fast enough.
So now with that, we didn't know where to start. We were like, oh my God, how do you even do this?
I knew where to start.
We know manufacturing is done overseas all the time, either in Vietnam or China, Singapore. There's all kinds of people that actually do manufacturing. But
we had to call, we had to learn 3 different languages.
Where do we go? So with our journey, we started on Alibaba. If people don't know, Alibaba.com, there's these RFCs and things that you can go through, people that you can go through. Now, what we found with Alibaba.
I started on Google Translation.
Stop.
I had to translate some stuff.
Yeah, you did have to translate some stuff. But what you can do with Alibaba.com is go out there and see who manufactures what, something on the lines that you want to get manufactured, if it's your own brand. Otherwise, you can also buy certain things by other manufacturers that if you want to just get a shop and sell. But if you're creating your own, you need to have some type of thought and prototype in mind so they'll know where to go with it.
Hey, if you got the cheese, just go buy you a whole manufacturing setup.
Stop it.
Some people got the money. I just didn't have the money to do all that.
People don't even have an idea of where to start. You talking about people getting a whole manufacturing thing.
Oh, well, I was just talking about the people who had the money.
From like 0 to 60.
Well, somebody got. Well, Donald Trump had the money. His father gave him some money.
We ain't gonna talk about him. He ain't here. He ain't here.
Why we won't talk about it?
And he gonna be gone in a minute.
Is this fake news?
He gonna be
fake news.
This ain't fake news.
Whoa! Gotta get him back. Fake news.
Fake news. I'm dropping the real. That's someplace you can start. Now, our journey with Alibaba ended up being there was a lot of pushy people out on Alibaba. Like,
I just cut it off. I just cut. Look, partner. I don't a speaker.
They were sending emails. Seemed like every 10 minutes. About. About what they could do, this price, this, and I
thought I was at an auction.
As soon as you say you're interested, that's all you gotta say, because it's somebody.
All you gotta do is say hi.
Yeah, it's somebody that's gonna try to meet your demand. So that's where we started, and it might work for somebody else, but we had to go. Some other place for that.
We had to call a friend who knew a friend who knew a friend.
So how did you guys start, with your creation?
We called a friend. Our friend might be the same friend.
I think we checked Alibaba, but we were fortunate to know individuals that already have products. So one of the owners of True Detergent, shout out to Brother Malik. He put us on. So we worked through him. So that he was our main contact person. Then he hooked us up with his contact person, and he back and forth to China all the time. So he has a lot of different contacts.
See, True Detergent ain't a crab in the barrel.
No, he's not.
But
also, just for the record, that wasn't who we went through. We went through somebody else, but we understand he has helped a lot of people.
Yeah. Yes. So we were fortunate to know him personally. Like, he's a good friend of her family. So he hooked us up. He gave us a contact person to reach out to, and we did. And from there, everything was smooth. But we have used Alibaba for a couple things also in the past. And like you said, they can be a little pushy. They'll come
We're
back
still
with their
getting emails to this day.
hi dear.
And we don't even like. That was 2 years ago. Like we're not even interested in that anymore.
Right.
We're getting emails.
Right. So how long did the process take, and how much was the initial investment?
I would say so there was so many different steps for us. So we had to, like, first we had the idea. And then we had to find a graphic designer to do the product design for all of us.
I think once we came up with the name, though, we did the LLC first. So you gotta make sure you get an LLC, which isn't too expensive.
Yeah, pretty straightforward on your Secretary of State's website. We were able to do that. So we incorporated or whatever. Then we reached out to at the time it was a brother's wife that we went to Hajj with, who was a graphic designer. She was able to, do a wonderful job on our package design.
She also did my book. We already knew her from she illustrated my book. And they do great work. 19th, the agency, if anyone is interested.
They do wonderful work, very responsive. We've never met them in real life. We've done everything over the internet, over email, and everything has been wonderful. No complaints at all. So from there, after we got all of our design ready, we were able to connect with our connect over in the manufacturing plants. We sent it off to them. They sent us samples. We approved, and then the long part came, where it's the manufacturing process, which took, I don't know, maybe about 30 to 50 days, I think. I think our initial investment, like from everything, like from actual, product to the graphic design to the LLC, I think it was roughly about $20,000 we invested initially of like our own money.
Wow.
They took a different route than we did.
Yeah,
I had to learn Photoshop. I had to learn Disco Shop. I had to learn that shop.
And her shop and his shop.
She had to learn everything, set up the company, get the company name, get a couple of URLs.
Yeah, I mean, well, we already, with our card game, we already had our book. So we have a
I did the prototype. I did the cutout, man.
We have a trademark on Surviving Marriage.
I was cutting them with scissors. Let me see if this works.
So we can create any product we want under that. If we want pajamas or socks or anything, we have a trademark on that. So that was easy for us.
We do have a trademark with Browndages as well. That process actually took us, that was like a year and
it took us 2 years. It took us 2 years because we had to fight it, because there was a TV show back in, I think, 2015 that was Surviving Marriage.
They were blowing dust off that joker.
But they applied, but the TV show got canceled, so they never went through with it. So it was just kind of hanging out there. And then we had another challenge or something about it. So it took us 2 years to get that back. So do you think we finna try to make money and profit off that? It took us 2 years to fight for that trademark. So of course we finna.
Did you hit him with a right and a left? Did you hit him like Mike was trying to hit your boy last night?
I called at the patent office, and me and that
Mike was trying to hit him.
We went round and round for a little bit.
Hey, I caught him. He pulled back on the punch on a couple of them, because he knew if I hit him with this, I'm gonna knock this fool out. Then they're gonna take $5 million off my purse, so I can't just be knocking this fool out.
So that's what people, if you're watching, get an understanding. Ownership. Own your product. Own your stuff. So you can be no challenges to it. So you don't have to have, get any type. Licensing is cool.
You can walk out the door proudly.
Licensing is cool too.
I hope a joker want to take me to court.
But you're going to have to pay to license that. So why pay to license someone else's stuff when you can actually create your own, go through the process and the paperwork? And see, a lot of people don't want to do that, because that's starting from the bottom.
That's too much work. That sounds too much like work.
Okay, but putting into it, and then you can create multiple products, the same way as Shaq, or the same way as Master P, or any of these people that actually have, different products.
The same way as Underdog did.
And it's a pathway to generational wealth, to be able to do that. So with our card game, like I said, We already had the patent on this. So then it's just about creating it and getting like the prototype over there. Thankfully we didn't have to invest $20,000, but
okay. When you're cutting your cards out of cardboard boxes, making the prototype, I didn't want to pay that dude $10,000 to do the prototype for me.
I think the biggest investment that we probably had was our time. It's a lot of time that people don't understand, and because
they do understand. That's why a lot of people don't do it.
And because of the time zones, like I'm up talking to China, 3-4 o'clock in the morning or whatever it is, and I'm talking, to them over there trying to get stuff right, and it's a lot of back and forth, and they don't hop on the phone.
Calling me, waking me up in my sleep.
We're on WhatsApp. Going back and WhatsApp, trying to get an understanding and different stuff like that. And it was a lot. And we had a lot going on at the time. But because you had time invested and then you had money invested, once you get the samples, you got money invested, you want to make sure that you see it through, the process, no matter how long it takes.
You can't be iron with them people over in China. They'll shut you down. They already got your money.
Yeah, so that's what we
would advise. The reason why ours was a little bit more is because we also had 3 different, like we had our regular Browndages, and we also had 2 kids Browndages. So that's we had 3 essentially 3 products.
Yeah, y'all had the aluminum boxes. Yeah. Do you still do those?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I can definitely see that being more of an investment.
Yeah.
So it was like 3 different products that we had to
pay
buy.
For.
Yeah.
So. And each of them had their minimum order quantity. So it adds up fast.
Yeah, and the way that it added up, don't act like I wasn't sitting up there hitting that tracking every day. Refresh. Refresh.
Right. Where's my stuff
at? Where my stuff at? Refresh. Wait on my stuff to get here. Okay. Now, just a few days ago, Black Friday, we helped several businesses, with their sales in any way that we possibly can.
How come it ain't Red Friday or White Friday?
Because it's to say that businesses go.
Why gotta be Black Friday?
If they're running in the red all year long,
is it dark all day?
In one day they could turn their profits black. That's why it's Black Friday. Okay.
Black woke dope.
And we were helping different businesses with their sales. Any way that we could offer our help and assistance with that. What we often see is a lack of marketing by people, entrepreneurs and businesses and different things that people even don't do before, like dates
like this. People just gonna know you all of a sudden.
Yeah, and even marketing for a launch. Like several people decided to launch, their businesses or products or whatever, like the week of and that type of thing. And there was a lack of any type of marketing, a whole campaign, in regards to it. So let's speak a little bit about the marketing and the tips and strategies, we could give people to be competitive, like even during COVID, to be able to have sales. Because we had a nice Black Friday. I have to say, alhamdulillah, in regards to
run the 3-4. You run the 3-4, you can go get your package, get back home real quick.
Dude,
COVID gonna be chasing you.
I'm talking about most people are doing their sales online.
Oh, well, wipe the stuff off then.
Okay, so let's talk about that.
I would say one of the things that we have been fortunate with is, especially in this the day and age with the internets and Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, it's extremely important to have some sort of influencer on your side. So originally when we dropped, I think we were at the We Buy Black convention in November of 2008. We didn't get our full inventory in until January, and we were fortunate. We reached out to Neelam, who is a rapper out in California. And she saw a product and she liked the product. And then she did an Instagram post about the product. And I think that her post maybe got up to maybe close to 900,000 views. So that's how that kind of launched us. But I will tell people, like, you have to, if you have influencers that you can use, that you can reach out to, sometimes you have to pay for them to show something. Then do that, because the age that we're in, everyone's on the internet. So that's probably the best route to go. And when we first started doing it, I was a little skeptical. we went back and forth, but I definitely do see the benefit in it now. So I mean, influencers, they
skeptical about what? Because you looked at her, skeptical about what?
So I've never done this as far as influencers. So a lot of times influencers is like, oh, we got the product. It's like, well, if you give me $500 or $1,000, sure, I'll shout you out. And I'm like, I'm giving you free product. If you like it, you know. So I didn't know how it worked.
What's a trade for trade?
On what the concept of an influencer was. He was like, okay, give them free product and we have to pay them. And then like what? But after the first time, and he saw like literally their influence, you know what I mean? He was like, oh, okay.
And shout out to Neelan. She actually did it for free.
Yeah.
So she saw a product. She was like, I think she had someone that was over her account and they sent me back how much it would cost. But then I think Neelan actually saw it and she said, oh, I like the product. Send it to me and I'll post it. And that's what she did. So I do understand now. Look, it took to make money. You got to spend money. Yeah. So that's just one of the rules of businesses. And I understand that now where back in the past, you know.
Yeah, it's new age marketing. Instead of, you know, paying to get like, because we had people approach us to put commercials on like live television, you know what I mean? And some people wouldn't think twice about spending $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 to get a commercial on, you know, prime time television. Low-key, it's the same thing. Like the attention of, you know, the common, I don't know, age range, I don't know, pretty much everybody at this day and age, their attention is online. You know what I mean? There is not too many kids or families out there watching commercials on television.
Yeah,
so you can pay $25,000 on TV for a commercial and get 2 to 3 million people, or you can pay $500 on social media and get 2 to 3 million people.
Yeah. Right. And the difference is also you have to remember that even as an established brand, you know, McDonald's still does marketing.
Right. Yeah.
Starbucks.
Everybody knows that jingle.
You know, exactly.
Boy, I'm looking at dude like, hey, X, how many people know you? Oh, partner, I'm in.
Yeah, even these large brands still do marketing. They pay, you know, to have their marketing done. And I think that people have to also understand and remember that when you pay to have marketing done, it's to reach out to a different audience. You have your audience. You have your audience, okay, but how can you get into another audience?
Oh, they got their audience and their audience bigger.
Different eyes on it. And I always tell people, our book, I go back to our book, 7 years. I was just having this conversation with somebody today on Facebook. 7 years we published this book.
7 years ago.
Self-published this book, and there has not been 1 month in 7 years that we have not gotten a royalty. We always get a royalty deposit every month. It's 7 years.
Might not be as big as the last one, but it's still a royalty.
Exactly. 7, and you think about that, 7 times 12 and how many months that is, you know, 84 months. Well, 84 months that we've gotten the deposit every month from this, because it's always finding new eyes.
Oh, as an
new
entrepreneur,
readers, you know, someone else.
They be going to sleep, waking up like this. Is it posted yet?
Stop it.
Where that? My check ain't here.
When them direct deposit hits and you don't expect them, you know, those are nice. Those are the nice ones. And you wake up like, I got how many?
I thought it wasn't till the 14th.
I got what? So that's what marketing is. And it's all about, and there's several levels to marketing, and it's all about exposure and different things like that. And I just could not believe how many people wanted to be a part of Black Friday, and they have done hardly anything as far as before now, as far as getting the word out in regards to their product. Like, people are just supposed to gravitate to you because of Black Friday. And I even had somebody ask me, said, oh, they got a lot of visits to their website, but they didn't make any sales. And I said, well, rule of thumb with marketing is a lot of times people have to see it at least 3 times, you know, before they purchase.
Didn't you just say don't nobody owe you? No, you owe this.
You do have impulse buyers who will buy it the first time. Like if somebody say, oh, I like this, I'm going to get this. But then you also have people on social media that will bookmark it.
Hey, Some people don't learn the hard way that they're not going to buy it the first time they see it.
Right.
Be patient up in here.
And be consistent with your marketing, because people will bookmark it and then they will buy it maybe 2 or 3 months later when they have an extendable budget. You know, sometimes it comes down to that I like this, but it's just not important right now, you know, and I will get it, you know, when I
Too bad we can't see all the bookmarks.
Yeah. That's true. My wife has about 100 different tabs on her on the computer right now, and these are things that she's supposed to buy. So definitely get it right.
Yeah, and it's understood, you know, and especially now with COVID. Let's talk a little bit about COVID, because
okay, here we go. We're gonna talk about my boy now.
I'm like my sis, where I have several things bookmarked on my Instagram, and you know, when it becomes more,
you said several. I saw several hundred.
No,
ain't nothing wrong with that. That's no problem at all.
Ain't that something?
I have several, and then when it becomes more of within our budget, you know, that I can actually purchase those things.
Well, the thing you bought the other day wasn't in my budget.
We gonna talk about this, because we ain't gonna talk about who gets the most.
I didn't buy no boat. I did not buy the boat.
Amazon packages over here.
It was not me. Somebody else bought the boat.
We ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Somebody else bought the boat and put it in the yard. Wasn't not me.
We don't have a boat, just to say.
I'm talking about the person who bought the boat.
We don't have a boat, but we do get a lot of Amazon packages. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's all I'm telling you. Somebody else had to deal with somebody buying a boat and putting it in the yard.
Somebody did buy
a boat. Didn't buy a boat.
Somebody we know bought a boat. Okay. So let's
talk didn't tell nobody about it. It was a surprise.
Let's talk about COVID. Like how we can double down during COVID. I've given the tip that double down on what's working. You'll have people that wants to expand all the way, you know, out here. They see, you know, people doing potato chips and, you know, all these other stuff or whatever. And then they want to just add a product that's like totally outside of their brand. So I tell people to double down on what's working. What are you guys doing to level up your marketing during COVID?
I think the way that we double down is like with our first shipment, we just had that assorted box, right? And so we got so many comments from people saying like, okay, I understand the thought behind having an assorted box, which I thought was like, you know, everybody in your family got the same color. We want to put an assortment of colors in there. But there were so many people who were like, I just want the whole box to be my color. So the way we double down is we, instead of, you know, expanding to different products.
Is that this box? Is that this
assorted box?
Yeah.
And you guys can see that there's different, you know, skin colors, you know, for that. So
match me up. Match me up.
But I'm just saying that worked for me and him, because it's like we're different skin colors. You know? Yeah. And for a person, maybe
you got Indian in you.
Stop. People who have children, you know, maybe it worked for them too, because there's different skin colors in the family.
We still have our assorted box, but what we went ahead and did was created individual boxes for each color. So that once you know, you might have bought the assorted box from Jump, you know your color now, then you can get one whole box with only your color on it. And so that was a lot of feedback that we got from a lot of our supporters. It was like, okay, now that I know what color I am, I don't want to buy a box and only, you know, 4 or 5 out of the box match me. So we went ahead and expanded but not really expanded by, you know, having individual boxes with only one color in it.
I get it. So when I get that suntan, I gotta change my color.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a suntan.
You don't tan. Okay. You don't tan. All right.
I don't have to tan. It's tan for me.
Like you were saying with the marketing, like that's why we also had a commercial. We had, you know, we paid someone to come in and shoot a commercial for us. And, we want to continue to put our name out there. Like you said, the more people that see it, the better. So hopefully every single time it posts, maybe someone else sees it and someone else is interested in purchasing or, you know, something like that. So
are they
saying, we know
save tab, you know. I appreciate the saves.
Yeah, because we know Facebook be changing them algorithms on people
they
trying to mess us up.
They do, and we always try to put stuff out like in different markets because our network is. I mean, it spans.
Oh, I call
the
the demographic. Hey, partner, how many people you got over there? I need to market something on your page.
You ain't called no Trump.
I'll call him in a minute. He got 3,000. I mean, 3 million followers.
Our demographic kind of expands like. It's all over the place. It's just to tell people, it's kind of like it's all over the place. So you never know who is going to see what and want what or anything like that. As a matter of fact, like I said, I didn't know that our Black Friday was going to be as great as it was, but we got a lot of support from a lot of people we didn't even know. We didn't even know. But how has this whole like entrepreneur journey challenged your marriage or strengthened your marriage?
I can't stand her anymore. I mean, let's be honest.
In the show is this? I can't stand.
I'm not sure if it's the business or COVID, but something somewhere along the
line. Right there.
Keep it 100.
Right now, I'm joking.
I'm gonna keep it. You said keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 10.
No, I'm sure he said. I'm sure he said that with love.
Yeah, I'm joking.
I think so. Like. We two very different people. Like he mentioned, I'm very frugal. So I'm gonna take the road that's most frugal. He ain't that way. So it's like, as far as the business goes, we have different ways of, I might think to accomplish something, X, Y, and Z, we need to do it this way. He's like, what? No, A, B, and C. So it's just like, that's one of the challenges of working with a spouse is that like we're two different people. We have two different ways that we will go about doing the same exact thing. And so it's just been a challenge to try to, bring balance and compromise on the way I may do something or the way you think you need to do something. It's just a lot of compromise.
Yes.
So especially with it only being two of us. So if you had, say, one more person, like another business partner, it might be a little bit easier. So they can,
they can have the tie-breaking vote.
But it's just
two of us. I'm like, well, no, we're going to do it this way. And he's like, no, we're going to do it that way.
Oh, no. Y'all dealing with two people. I'm dealing with 4 people over here. I'm one person. And it's 3 people right over to my right. Might be my left on the screen. I'm not sure.
Another person would just interrupt our whole flow. After interrupt our whole flow, because we gonna hash it out. We gonna hash it out.
Our personalities are they're different in some ways, but in one way that they're alike. Because a lot of times we try to concede to what the other person wants. So even if I think something is the better way of doing it, and I would say, okay, you can do your way. But she's doing the exact same with me. So she's saying, no, do your way. So now we just go back and forth and we're,
and then don't nothing get done for a little bit.
She gets her way still.
That's what happens. Yeah.
Oh, we don't go no way. When I vote one way, the other 3 vote the other way, and it goes the other way.
We do that, y'all. We do that. Anywho, we totally understand that because we're in marriage and business together, and you got to work it out. You got to compromise. You got to do what needs to be done. Otherwise, hey, and we do it for our families. Mm-hmm. This is not like for ego or for anything like that. We are trying to, create substantial wealth here and doing it from scratch, from the bottom. You
better know your kids. My kid told me he was going to sell off everything.
He said he would sell the house.
He told me he's selling everything. He's selling my glasses. He's selling everything. So keep some for a souvenir, partner.
But the same way you feel in your 20s, you might not feel that in your 30s or in your 40s.
I can't wait till his 30s. I don't know when the law going to take me.
But we could put it in our wills that do not.
Oh, so you don't get this unless you
think about selling our house.
66 years old. You better make that 74.
Until you turn 40. Make a decision when you
74, 40. Oh, no, 74.
When you 40 with kids, make a decision then, because it's a different thought process. At that time. Okay. All right, guys. You guys can find them at browndages.com. Like I said, we're not
Yeah,
just
because you about to go over
interviewers.
your time, girl.
Stuff. We're not just interviewers. We are also consumers. And we want to thank you guys for being here with us today.
Why you take
And
all the brown ones? I need a brown one right now. I told you I needed one earlier.
We're gonna send.
You see, the box ain't full, man. She done took out all the brown ones.
No, you know what? I think you got a problem. Some people got addictions to certain things. I think you addicted.
I play the PlayStation and I be needing the brown bandaid on here.
I think you addicted to these band-aids, okay?
Well, it should be messing up my thumb.
They gonna have you on their website as top customer. That's what they gonna have.
My thumb needs help.
Something like that. But for you, appreciate you guys being here today. And we guys are gonna send you a his and hers surviving marriage t-shirt. You guys see that? Surviving marriage. Okay. And you guys got to send us your sizes and everything, because you're not only surviving marriage, you're surviving business. We need to do a surviving business shirt. I think we'll do that.
We got get up, level up, shovel up.
Yeah, that's not it. Surviving
up,
business.
Level up.
Because like I said, this whole thing is a journey. I mean, it's seriously a journey, and we wish you all the best.
I am. My hats off to y'all. Met y'all way back when. I think that was our first little thing y'all was doing, and I'm just glad to hear you're still in business, because you don't know how many people I've met since then. Not only did COVID put them out of business, but mismanagement can really mess you up.
And not marketing. I can't say it enough.
I ain't gonna spend no dollars on myself. Ain't nobody don't need to know about me except the people on my page. Is you crazy?
All right. We're gonna let them go and close this out. Okay. All right. So we will talk to you guys again soon, and we will see you around cyberspace.
Y'all be good, man. Love the convo.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Okay. All right. We hope you guys have enjoyed another episode of Dawa
I hope
Presents.
you learned something today.
Definitely dropping the gems on marriage and business and that type of thing. And we are going to keep bringing you all the good stuff. We're going to work on, look at this, working on our background, working on our lighting.
I do my best.
Look at you, all
Leave me alone.
up, got us all
Leave
looking
him alone.
good.
Why you talking about it?
All right. So tune in next week.
Can you talk about somebody else, please?
Tune in next week. Be sure to subscribe and share with a friend. Pass this around and let people know that we guys are going to be bringing you the gems, tools, and everything. Participate in the chat so we can know what you guys want to know. Will you guys have questions?
Pass the done. No. Don't be passing stuff around.
We are here to help you. We are here to help you guys level up your businesses, inspire you with hope, help your marriages any way that we possibly can.
We don't smack it up and flip it and rub it down around here. We just help the people up. That's bare bib to vote.
I know what it is.
They smack it up. I don't be smacking nothing up around here.
I know what it is. Okay, guys. We are Rufus and Jenny Triplet. See y'all next time. Assalamu alaikum.
Y'all be good.